Have you ever sat alone in a quiet room and whispered to God, "Why am I alone now?" Have you ever watched people slowly drift out of your life, even when you tried to be kind, patient, and loving? Loneliness can feel like punishment. It can feel like rejection. And many times we believe God is taking people away from us. But what if He isn't taking anything away? What if He is making space? This is a story about loneliness, faith, and how God gently prepares a heart by quieting the world around it. Please stay until the end, because the truth in this story may change the way you understand your own silent seasons. In a quiet countryside town called Willow Creek, where narrow dirt roads curved between small homes and wide open fields moved like soft waves in the wind, there lived an old woman named Eleanor. She walked slowly. She spoke gently, but her heart carried a deep and steady warmth. Her home was small, with wooden walls and a simple roof, yet anyone who entered felt peace. Eleanor believed that God lived wherever kindness lived, and she made her home a place where kindness never ran out. There was a time when Eleanor's life was full of sound and movement. Her husband was strong and cheerful, a man who worked hard and laughed easily. Their son, Michael, was curious and energetic, always asking questions about the world and about God. Together, they worked the land, shared meals at a small table, prayed before sleep, and dreamed simple dreams. Eleanor often thanked God not for wealth, not for luxury, but for enough love to feel complete. Then one winter, sickness came quietly. Her husband grew weaker with each passing day. Eleanor stayed beside him through long nights, holding his hand, feeding him slowly, whispering prayers she had learned as a child. Sometimes she begged God to heal him. Other times she simply asked God to stay close. One early morning her husband passed away. The house suddenly felt too large, too silent. Eleanor cried alone, her face pressed into her hands, asking God why love had to hurt so. Some nights loneliness pressed heavily on her chest and she whispered quietly, "Is this what remains for me?" But every morning she still rose before the sun, washed her face, lit a small lamp, folded her hands, and thanked God for life. She never asked God to take the loneliness away. She only asked to be useful. Eleanor cooked simple food, cleaned her small home, and worked in her garden, where she felt closest to God as her hands touched the soil. Children passing by often stopped at her gate. She welcomed them with bread, fruit, and gentle stories. She listened patiently to their worries, believing that God listens the same way, to every heart. Some neighbors wondered why she gave so much while living alone. Eleanor would smile and say, "Loneliness is not empty when God is present." Even animals seemed drawn to her home. Birds rested on her roof. An old thin dog waited outside her door each day. She gently petted its head and whispered, "God sends those who need love." One summer, Michael returned from the city, looking tired and restless. He watched his mother cooking, serving others, and giving what little strength she had. "Why do you work so hard?" he asked. "People will forget you. You should rest." Eleanor looked at him with soft eyes. "My son," she said, "God has not forgotten me. And as long as I can give love, I am not alone." Michael did not understand. To him, loneliness meant failure. After she recovered, Michael begged her to come live with him in the city. Afraid of losing her, Eleanor prayed and felt peace. She believed God was opening another door. City life was loud and crowded. At times, Eleanor felt lonely inside the apartment. One day, Michael took her to a home for orphaned children. When he asked if she could help there, Eleanor's eyes filled with tears. She cooked. She told stories. She prayed softly. She held children when they cried. They called her Grandma Ellie. Her heart felt full in a new way. Years passed. Eleanor grew weaker, but her spirit remained strong. When she passed away peacefully, children, neighbors, workers, and strangers came to honor her. Michael stood quietly, finally understanding that his mother's lonely seasons were never empty. They were guided. And this is the lesson. When God makes you lonely, He is not punishing you. He is preparing you. He removes noise so you can hear love clearly. He removes people so your heart can grow wider.